songs in traffic. Now, he noted that several motorists were seen purchasing the pirated content. Now, and I quote, he said, if people are out here selling musicians' songs on CDs and pen drives, and I just saw a few cars actually buying from one guy, then why aren't musicians themselves selling CDs anymore? He asked. He added that the dominance of streaming platforms has not reached all sections of the public and insisted that physical formats still hold value. And I quote, he continues to say, Charlie, not everyone understands the streaming thing. So others are chasing in big time. Cashing in big time, I beg your pardon, Lekzy wrote. His post has stoked debate on the relevance of CDs in the Ghanaian music industry, especially at a time when piracy remains rampant and streaming royalties are still relatively low for many artists. Some industry players argue that CDs may no longer be trendy, but they are still a valid and potentially profitable distribution tool. Music producer and sound engineer, that's Kewa, had previously stated that physical copies of albums offer an intimate connection with fans and can be sold at events to create memorable experiences. Similarly, veteran musician Akosue Japan once noted that CDs, when properly branded, serve as collector's items and contribute to merchandise revenue. Another creative personality who has been very vocal about not discarding CDs and pen drives in music and movie productions is filmmaker Sokwe Safo. Now, Safo, the former director for creative arts at the National Commission on Culture, once emphasized the profitability of physical formats. He said, compare the profit musicians gain from 100 people streaming your music to how much you earn. Yes, from selling CDs, and you will realize that CD sales are more profitable. Consumers are still there, and the list goes on and on. I think there's one on Philippa Befi some time back that also
mentioned that.
Yes, at a point people were even laughing at her because they felt like she was so
lived in the
backdated,
past.
Living in the past and all that. So these conversations have come up so many times, but Lekzy is the latest one, and of course we want to have some conversation. I think Lekzy is already on phone because we want to hear more from him. Good morning, Lekzy.
Good morning, our ever beautiful Doreen Aviu, Ghana's finest voice and finest face.
Thank you. Thank you so much. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Okay. I just brought trouble upon myself. But
you just brought trouble upon yourself?
I should have minded my own business.
Oh, why would you mind your own business? Sometimes it is good. As I mentioned I'm just speaking to Kwame and I'm like, it's been a conversation that has been lingering in the space, but every time it comes up, there are mixed reactions. People think that, some of you are cake. You don't know what is going on. The world is moving. Why is it this? Why is it that? So for you to come up again, yes, even though it's trouble, I'm sure you are ready for the trouble.
Oh yeah, I have a few pointers I want to touch on.
So I think that you should touch on that before we actually move on to discuss more about this.
Okay, so the conversation about CDs are no more in vogue, so because the world has moved on, so we should all do away with CDs or probably even pen drives and now go into because even the cars coming now don't have CD players. And now the question is, what of the millions of cars already in the system with the CD player? You cannot tell me those new cars outnumbers the ones with the CD players in Ghana. Though the world is moving on, but they are still existing over millions of cars with a CD player option. And we have boys on the street selling CDs. If yesterday what he brought on the market didn't get the sales he wanted, I don't think he will continuously bring other materials on the street to come and sell. Meaning there is a market. The issue yesterday with the conversation I had with a few people pertaining this whole thing was that in the past, they had the likes of the Despites and the Pat Thomas and who was doing all these works. So the musician's own is to just create, and there is a distributor somewhere who will do the distribution on his behalf. So even how the song becomes a hit, how the song gets to the last man on the street to go and play in his room in his car, is none of the musician's business. That is the distributor's business. Now, there are no distributors in the country again. So the burden of a musician producing the song with his own cash, going back, and these are the things Ochame Kwame listed. And I realized that now they don't have people who are doing that for them because the budget is not there, or there is no man buying the master copy or saying I'm funding your music. So they are now doing all this. So to go back and also do CD sales is a problem to them. Now we are not here to reinvent the wheel, because if you send me Nana Kwame or Lekzy to go and sell CDs, I don't even know where to start. But if there are already there is an existing market or people already in the market selling the CDs, why then do you want to go and sell the CDs yourself when probably Gamro or whoever, whichever institution, can institutionalize all these people, all these pirates, maybe put them on some system that they can sell the CDs on behalf of the musicians, because they know how to sell it. If you give me CDs, I don't know where to sell. I was talking to one guy who came into my ear and said, even the CDs, they know where the market is. They can tell that, oh, today the market will be at Osu, the next morning it will be at Accra Mall, it will be at, maybe you don't know, but they know. So all these boys, why can't we bring them under one umbrella and ask them, how can we make this thing a thing? Okay, now, because of how music is, people don't want to listen to a whole album. So is there a way that Familia can after all this and say that, okay, fine, I have about 5 of my songs, I'm putting it on a pen drive or a CD. Familia is bringing 3, 3. And now there's an institution monitoring it and say that, okay, if you put your song on a CD or on a pen drive, you are entitled to maybe 30 pesos of the sale of the CD. So we are not probably selling albums again. We are selling your singles, because already, how many people are even doing albums now? We are doing singles. Then we can institutionalize and monetize. Because I one time went to Circle to go and fix my phone, and there was this guy selling songs on PC, and it gave me a idea that there are a lot of people with smartphones, but don't even know how to use the smartphone. And these people are in millions, and we assume that because we are all like a few of us or our peers are in tune with the whole iTunes thing, and so everybody can also access the iTunes. But we have people who go to Circle, give their phones to these guys behind PCs to buy songs for 50 pesos. Somebody can say, I want the Kojo collection, and he's selling each Kojo song for 50 pesos. If Kojo was to make about 50% of that song, in addition to the sales he's already making, he will be making some money. But no, what would the musician stand to lose? If he is to engage all these pirates properly, or the institutions are engaging these pirates properly, and they are making even 30% of what the pirates are making, what would they stand to lose? Because already the songs, even on the digital space, they are pirating it. So what do you stand to lose? The guy at Circle, is there a way we can put them under one umbrella, give them a code of conduct, that they, even if they are under that institution or that association, they will start even choking those who are not under the association, and there will be laws that will govern them. So they know that, oh, if I maybe if there's an app that can put on their PC that can tell that, oh, about 100 people came to, because I asked the guy who I saw giving songs to other people on pen drives, and I said, they said, oh, hundreds of people show up every day to come and get music from me. And Circle, there are places like that. They are in hundreds at Circle, and it's just that, and the assumption that Accra is Ghana. Accra is not Ghana. Accra is not Ghana. Somebody will sit in a bus, watch a movie, part 1 and 2. He loves the movie. Get to Accra VIP station, and he wants the part 3 and 4, but doesn't know where to go and get the part 3 and 4. Meanwhile, all these TVs coming into the system has the pen drive slot. So if all these people at Circle selling movies to people were institutionalized, they were under some kind of association or something that was giving them a way of, a mode of operating their business. Probably that movie seller can say, okay, I'm not putting CDs, but I can give my movies to all these people. There are apps on their machines that can tell that when I gave my movies, this time of people came there to get the movie. let's not lie to ourselves. There is still a generation from that 35 years to 70 years that are still not really in tune with technology. And they are in millions. And we cannot assume that a few Gen Zs and some of us from the millennials who are in tune with tech, even with us, there are still people buying CDs, people buying pen drives. So why are we cutting off that market? Because that market too is huge. That the musician can make money off it. There is a gentleman called 1O. He claims he sells CDs. Why can't the musician involve 1O and say that, okay, how can we make this big? Because if people are still buying the CDs, then there is a market for the CD. There is a market for the pen drive.
Okay. I think Lekzy has made his point, Kwame.
Yeah, but I remember yesterday, Ochame Kwame also posted something on under Lekzy's comment, if you like. And he was also saying that this whole thing about selling CDs and pen drives in traffic may work for those pirates, but not for the musicians, because if you are doing this in large numbers, how many CDs are you going to sell to get your money? But these pirates are selling in smaller quantities. And no, so I'm just reiterating something that
okay,
said.
But I'll come in with that.
I want to know your opinion on that particular counter.
Comment,
yeah.
Big man, already you are making the streaming money. This is just an add-on to the multiple stream of income for your song. It's not like that is where you are going to get. So you listed, I'm investing in bloggers, I am investing in this, and I'm investing in that. This is also one of the few places you can make extra cash. It's not like you are banking all your hopes on CD sales. But there is somebody out there making money off your CD sales, which you are not making anything from it. So even if you can make 50% of the money that is circulating in traffic, at least it adds on to the little income you are making from the streams. So I am just saying that, okay, if we used to sell 2 million CD copies, and now people are buying just 10,000 copies, that is still cash. So why can't you get some money off the 10,000 people who are still interested in the CDs? Or you just don't have any business, so the guy selling the pirated CDs should still make money off your hard work. I am just saying that let's involve all these people selling the pirated CDs, because now they currently are despites. They are currently our Thomas. Instead of arresting them, because you will still release them at the end of the day, what are you going to hold them to? Bring them on board and involve them properly and say that, okay, how can we maximize this whole thing? Because as far as they hold the CDs every day, they know that there is a market that is buying it every time. You can't tell me that the pirate guy still sees that there is a market for CDs and pen drives, but you, the musician, say there is no market for it.
Well, Lekzy, thank you so much for speaking to us. We are also speaking to others as well.
Doreen, before I leave,
okay.
If you've ever sat in Trot before, the Trot in Accra alone, they are over 500,000. I don't think the songs they play on their pen drive and all, they are streaming it on AudioMac or YouTube. So imagine if all these Trot drivers, the musicians were making money off them by maybe going to a place where they could get them the songs by just like how they buy it from their guy at Cycle for 50 pesos. There is a place where they could have taken their pen drive and bought their song for maybe 50 pesos, and the musician is making up even 20 pesos off the song that they are buying. I think they'll make some cash. But we assume that, everybody is streaming. But the truck guy, the taxi guy, that Uber guy who is playing songs on pen drive, is buying it from somebody who is making money off your hard work. And you are not interested because you assume the world is moving forward. Those truck people, they are not moving forward.
Okay. All right. I think
there's another point that's been raised, and Enoch Ejapon is also raising this one. Says that the CDs come with a cost. So if you spend money to manufacture 1,000 pieces of CDs and sell 200 copies, do the math. So I think they are trying to say that you might not get the profit from the production.
Boss, I am just saying that the printing of the CDs is not their business. They are just giving the right to that pirates, Let's institutionalize them. How they print the CDs is none of their business.
Okay.
But if they are involving the musician that, okay, I am using your songs and I am under some law that is governing me. And you're even making one CD off that CD that he's selling that you are not getting in it. It is not your right to go and print the CD. Because in the past, it was Despite that was printing the CD. It was not the musician's role to print the CDs. So if there's a guy on the street printing the CD, involve him like properly and say that, okay, if you want to still sell the songs, I want you to do it the right way. So how can the Gamros and whatever say that, okay, let's involve you in our market sales. But this time around, the musician has a stake in whatever CD you sell. So let them print the CDs on your behalf, because you in the first place, you are not printing CDs.
Okay. All right.
This is Hits.